Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Sarah.
And welcome to this month's What We're Reading bonus video.
You're the main channel video, not bonus video.
That's right, this is the main video. This month we did Anonymous by DumDumPops4, which is a Cinderella retelling.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a wee what the synopsis is so you can kind of gauge if you'd want to read it, and if you do, you should go read it and then come back and discuss with us. Okay, at a young age, Prince Ethan Alexander's mate was kidnapped. Lost and alone, Ethan has spent the last decade of his life trying to find her, without success. Chloe Leighton has never been popular, not that she wants to be. Living in the shadow of her pop star stepsister and under the thumb of her controlling father, Chloe sees music differently. In the kingdom of Sarias, music is everything. To every ace in the land, music is how they discover their mate. Only when two aces sing to each other, they can find their destined. Popularity and skill are defined by ranking on music tunes, and the higher the rank, the better the voice, the better the job, the more money made. Chloe's decided to give singing a try, only now she has to fight all the people her age to get to the top of the charts. She wants to show the kingdom that songs should be filled with emotion and passion. No one knows who she is. There is no profile picture, no name, no age, just anonymous. That's how she'd like to stay. Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, so what did you think of the plot?
Well, obviously it was a very Cinderella-y story, so you kind of knew what was going on. But I was really intrigued by the whole soulmates thing. Yeah, so obviously the beats we all know the beats of Cinderella, and we all know what the kind of plot is. She's with her family, she's trying to find her prince. It's kind of, that's interesting. What I was interesting was the whole soulmates thing and the whole music aspect to it as well. It gave me very, the Hilary Duff Cinderella story movie vibes.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me that kind of vibes, because like the best friend that's geek, like kind of quirky, knows what he's doing, that kind of thing. But I quite liked it. I was very intrigued by the whole Ethan trying to find Elizabeth storyline more than anything, because that was a bit different. So yeah, what did you think?
I mean, you're right in that it was pretty predictable to a certain degree, just because it is a Cinderella story and there have been so many variations done on that. But with that, this was like really, really unique as far as those variations go. Like, the whole ace mark and music chart thing. So I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah. See, the only thing with the ace mark is, obviously they kind of touched upon it, the whole, if you hear it through a computer, it doesn't work as much. But at the same time, what about if you went to a concert and your ace mark started like flaring up or something like that? And I was a bit like, it was very like, just glossed over how that singing to them thing works. But it wasn't one of those things I was really annoyed by or nitpicky, but it was just one of those out of the back of my mind. I was like, there's so many instances that this could be questioned, but okay.
What was your favorite part of the story?
I really liked the end scene when they were like, everything was, the ball and everything, but I think what was, for me, was when she found the discharge papers, and she then she decided to like phone and start like finding out more of the truth and stuff, because obviously I felt she was a good character, but she was very, I'm trying to think, meek in a way. Like she was very, okay, I can't do this, I can't do that, I need to think about my dad. And this was kind of the character turning point where she started being like, oh wait, no, I want to find out more, I want to do stuff. She was like becoming more active, and I really enjoyed that part of the story, like that twist there. Yeah, I think that's what I was definitely like back in the story. I was like, yes, find out more, get there, start your Cinderella story.
That was a really strong part of her character, because you're right, like up till that point she like totally loses it with Josh, like about the whole album cover, and she's all about her privacy, so that, I don't know, that was kind of encouraging to see her develop like that towards the end of the story. Yeah,
I think that's definitely when I was just like, yes, become active, get there, get out of this situation.
And do you think like anything could have been improved plot-wise?
Well, yeah, not really, because obviously you have to stick to the Cinderella beats by keeping it your own. And as you said, this was a very unique approach to the Cinderella stories. I think for what she had that way, you didn't want to like put loads and loads of like background detail into like why they all want music, where this all came from, because at the end of the day you're kind of want to stick to the Cinderella stories. I think anything that would have been added might have just been too much exposition, so I think this was quite a good chunk for what it is. And obviously there's other, like there's a novella, and then there's other like stories based on other fairy tales as well that said it, like I read into the profile, so that'd be interesting. If you want to know more, you can always get more information, but I think for like an introductory, this kind of thing, I really thought that worked well.
For me personally, you know how much I like romance, right?
Yes, you do. You love your romance.
So I would have loved to see more development of the relationship between them two. I mean, that's my thing with Cinderella stories, is I do like the fairy tale-esque feeling, but at the same time, with the Cinderella story, they keep on interacting indirectly in Cinderella stories, and then finally they meet at the end, and they both know who each other are, which is...
Yeah, it's kind of like they don't have that insta-love automatically. There are interactions, and they slowly have feelings, or at least get a friendship started before. I get that. I think they only really spoke once face-to-face, and then once over Skype before they became like insta-love, or he was very insta-lovey. I guess they had a childhood, but she can't really remember it. So yeah, I understand that, yeah.
Which is why I kind of like the Beauty and the Beast story retellings, is because it's all about the building of their relationship through the story, but that's just me. And in addition, I'm kind of wondering why she got kidnapped in the first place. I'm not sure if it mentioned it, like if it was just to mess with the prince or whatever, why didn't they just kill her so he could never have his soulmate? Or it's been a while since I read it, so...
I'm trying to think. He didn't really go into detail of why he kidnapped her. All I really know is he was going to try and maybe mold her into like being like the little like, I don't know, image of what he felt the he felt the place should be run. Like if she felt in the same view as him, and then she got together with the prince, and he'd have someone in power. I think that's kind of where he was going with that, because obviously then he got his daughter to try and date the prince as well. I think that's kind of where it was going, but it wasn't like black and white clear.
Well, that would be a good idea. Yeah. So, what did you think about the characters?
Off the bat, Josh was my favourite character. I just think he had so much personality from the get-go. Like, all the other characters, yeah, they had personality, but I think out of all of them, he was the first one I was like, yes, I like you. From the minute, I know what your character's like, if you know what I mean. Off the page, I was like, yes, I know how you're going to react and interact, where the others, it was kind of... Dianca was the typical bit, like, annoying sister who gets her way, that kind of mean girly kind of person. The prince was just... Like, he kind of was the love interest, and it was kind of just, that was about it. He was... very, if something happened, he'd dive into a situation before he thought about it, and that kind of character, yeah, I like them, but at the same time, I'm like, you're not my favourite male character trope, so no. and we've kind of discussed Chloe. I liked her when she started to, like, take charge. I think that's when I really enjoyed her, or when she was talking about music and, like, how she wrote the music. I liked that side of her as well, but she was a bit meek for me to be like, come on, but... Yeah, what about you? What do you think about the characters?
Yeah, I would agree in that Chloe spent a lot of time just being really meek, and then the prince is pretty cool. He seems sweet, although I guess it's understandable that he's so desperate to find his mate, given that they're supposed to have all these problems if they don't. But like at first I didn't get that, so I was reading how he sometimes got depressed or things like that, and it's like, come on, be a man. You can still be single and like... But, you know, that's kind of part of the story, and their powers and their soulmate. And then Josh was a really unique character. I thought it was kind of... I thought it was a good subplot how he kind of ended up with Dianca, although I think he probably deserves better.
Yeah. I think... I also like the fact he did end up with her, because there was a lot of times he just... knew stuff and it was never explained how he knew it, and then by the end you were like, oh wait, they are actually in talking, and because they are soulmates, they know they're best for each other. I was like, that makes so much sense. Oh yes, that makes sense, kind of thing. A part of me thought he was like trying to like flirt with Chloe at the beginning. I was like, please don't do this. I want a girl-boy friendship. I just want a girl-boy friendship, please.
I totally did too, honestly.
Yeah, it was just the way like he was like warming up her mug and everything, and the way they kind of chatted. I was like, please don't make this a weird love triangle. I just like a nice boy-girl friendship for once, please. But I was glad he stayed true to himself, and I did like the fact they also fell out, because that shows friendships. He tried to do a good thing, but not everyone sees eye to eye all the time. I quite like that.
Yeah, so. It happens. And what did you think about the writing?
For WattPad standards, it was very good. It wasn't like amazingly good. It wasn't like the Shadow Watch.
Is anything?
Well, the second one clearly is going to be amazing. But I'm saying for WattPad standards, this was really, really well written. It was easy to read. It was easy to follow. I don't think there's like any many grammatical mistakes or any spellings mistakes. The plot was very good. There's like a lot worse books on WattPad, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why. I think the book was doing pretty well when we were reading it, and I think there's a reason why. Overall, writing quality-wise, I think it needed a bit more proofreading, but other than that, it was pretty clear and really easy to read, so I would agree with what you said.
Definitely. Maybe like another edit or two, but I know when I was reading the end the other day, and she did write, she is now going over to edit it, and maybe that'll just expand a little bit more, but that's just one of those, the actual core is there and it's very good, so whatever she does will be amazing.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. In case you can't tell, both Sarah and I really enjoyed it. It's just such a unique retelling of a really classic story. It's a great book. You should totally check it out, and we'll both have that link down below in our own videos. Speaking of videos, you should go ahead and check out Sarah's bonus video where we're going to do a little Cinderella quiz. Alright, so Sarah, do you want to tell them about the book for next month?
Yes, so for some reason we have decided to stick with a Cinderella theme, but this is mainly because the author herself has actually reached out to me and Elizabeth, and this story really caught both of our attentions because I think this is going to be another unique Cinderella read. It's called Shatter Like Glass, a pirate Cinderella retelling. Pirates. We're going to the 7 seas, guys. We're going. I'm going to give you a little synopsis before I go on a wee tangent. Pirate Ashton of Azure hates royalty. A prince killed her mother. Her manipulative stepfather is king of Azure. Nearly every royal she has ever met she despises. So when she learns of a group seeking to overthrow the corrupt monarchy, she doesn't object. In fact, she doesn't concern herself with them at all. She has more important things to worry about, like not being caught by her stepfamily or killed by the captain of the Veradian Guard. When the Kingslayer's revulsion takes a violent turn with Ashton's brother and a member of her crew at the wheel, Ashton questions her choice. Are the lives of a few innocents worth sacrificing for freedom? Will she fight for those she cares about to stand by her values? This is a high fantasy retelling of Cinderella with a pirate twist. Shatter Like Glass is a story of family, loyalty, and good old-fashioned sword fights. I am so excited for this, by the way. So excited.
I know, it sounds so interesting. I haven't read a pirate retelling of Cinderella.
I know. It sounds really curious. She sounds like a badass person. And I like the fact she's already royalty by the sounds of it. It's not one of these, learn she's royal.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see.
Yes, so you should all read it with us. We'll put that in the description. Read it with us.
So we'll see you next time. Make sure to check out Sarah's bonus video. Bye!
Bye!